Hello, beautiful souls. Just making sure I have my mic. I am here today to share with you a message that is not what I thought I was going to bring through. So I was going to connect with the Council of 12, and I had some questions about COVID-19 and how long we can expect it to last and how to support people in staying out of fear. And before I started, I wanted to promote my books, and I realized that I'm going to share a channeled message from the Council of 9. I just cannot believe how appropriate this message is. So this is my book. You can find it on my website that will link you to Amazon. I'll put the link below for my website. It's called The Spiritual Seeker's Guide to Happiness. It's 350 pages of channeled messages from the Council of 9 that I channeled back in 2012. And today I just wanted to let people know that I have these books available. Also, Conversations with a Tree, which is channeling beautiful messages from the trees, and they have so much to share with us. And now that we're less able to be connecting with people, but we're still encouraged to get out in nature, this book, Conversations with a Tree, explains how to make your own connection with the trees, and it has a meditation to help you get ready to connect with the trees, and full of beautiful messages from the trees, so you have a better understanding of what they have to offer. So that might be some great reading for you while you're home. Anyway, I'm going to go to this, and I may do channeling for the Council of 12. We'll see how long this takes. Because when I picked up this book to share it with you, and then I just opened a page and I can't believe what it says. So I'm going to read this essay that is from the Council of 9, as I said, that was channeled in 2012, and the appropriateness for today, and just the fact that I landed on this page was like, okay, I have to share this today. So this is essay number 20, and it's being in the light number 2. So here we are with the 2 2s, same as we are in the year 2020. And it begins. And so, dearly beloveds, it is our deepest honor to stand before you once again this day. For we see all who will read these words, and we honor you for your willingness to be here in these times of great change upon the earth. For many of you, it is not an easy journey. Your systems are falling apart with nothing apparent to replace them. This is the way of it, dear ones, for your systems will be created as you create them, one day at a time. It is the gathering of conscious thought on each and every nation that will recreate that which is crumbling. And right now I feel like we are really in this process, and this whole virus, I believe, is clearing out the old debris. And I believe that it has spread, in a sense, from fear, and it is time for us to move out of fear and into our sovereignty. And I will offer some light language at the end of this to help us to do that. It takes time for the debris to settle before you can see through the dust and gain any clarity in what will replace that which has fallen. It will take time for new leaders to rise up. Leaders who truly represent the people, who truly care for all and not just for themselves. Those leaders are being nurtured now. They know who they are, although they are hesitant to step up just yet. And indeed it would be too soon, for the world is not ready yet for the change that will allow them to be seen. And so for now they remain hidden, waiting behind the curtain for the day when it is appropriate for them to step into the center stage and pronounce their wishes to be of service through leadership. For indeed, in these coming times, leadership will truly be an avenue of service to the all. No longer will this planet support those who care only for themselves, with blatant disregard for the majority. Those days are gone, and thankfully so. You are in a new age now. You are on the other side of the procession of the equinoxes and moving into the 1,000 years of peace and light upon this planet. Oh, what a call for celebration. What a call for the rejoicing of the heavenly realms as we pay witness to that which is unfolding on this earth that you call home. And so what do we mean when we say being in the light? We wish to discuss this today so that you will have a greater understanding of what works and what does not work in this new way of being. The most obvious is that you are no longer in the dark. So what does that mean? We invite you to think of things no longer being hidden in the shadows. When the world is full of light, there are no shadows, and therefore nothing can be hidden. And so your politicians will find that all their dark secrets are being revealed. Major corporations will find that all their dirty tricks are being revealed. You will even find that as people become more and more sensitive, that telepathically people will know whether you are being truthful or not. They may not know exactly what you are thinking, but many are becoming more and more intuitive and able to read the overall energy of truth and lies. And so you are in a time when it is necessary to clean up what is inside. Dust out the cobwebs and take a clear and honest look at how you conduct your life. Are you honest with yourself? For indeed, all dishonesty is with the self. You may think that you are covering up things that are hidden only to others, but the real lie is to yourself. When you put up appearances that are not the truth of who you are, your mind becomes confused and you learn not to trust yourself. It is not others you are deceiving so much as yourself. It is time to look honestly within at who you are and how you conduct your life. If you do not speak honestly about what you want and who you are, you will find less and less tolerance among others for this way of being. If you will not bring your truth forward willingly, others will call you on it, and it will bring embarrassment. It is best to look within and start being honest with yourself. This is one way of being in the light. Another way is to be more loving. And where does love start? Again, the answer lies within the self. You can only love another as much as you love yourself. If you have a beloved and you look at them and feel that they are not loving you the way they should be, the only solution is to look within and see where you are not loving yourself. This requires forgiveness for all that has passed in your life. Forgive yourself for all that anyone has ever done to you, for in truth you chose that experience for yourself. Forgive yourself for choosing that experience. Forgive yourself for everything. Just start loving yourself as if you were a small child. Everything that you do that you would label as wrong or stupid or unkind, say, "That's okay, sweetheart. You're doing the best you can, and maybe the next time you'll do it differently. It's okay to make mistakes. You are learning." Speak to yourselves in this way as you would a child. You will feel it as soon as you do. It feels so soft and gentle compared to the usual harsh voice that many of you use when talking to yourselves. This is what self-love feels like, and it is just the beginning of the process. The more you are forgiving and soft and gentle with yourself, the more you will find you are ready to step into your truth and be more honest about who you are. You will find yourselves honoring more of who you are and finding the perfection in all your so-called imperfections. This is self-love. You are each unique. Why would you want to be like anyone else? Why would you want to give up the divine aspect of who you are to try to imitate someone else? That is such blasphemy from our perspective. It is as if you were saying, "Creator, you didn't know what you were doing when you made me, so I, this humble human, must fix your mighty mistake." We think not. Be who you are, dear ones, and love every piece of who you are, even the not-so-pretty aspects. The more you love those darker aspects of who you are, the more they will become love as well. It is only the absence of love that creates darkness. This world is becoming more loving, and that is why you must catch up with it. That is why we are offering so much guidance on growing and healing and allowing yourselves to change. The world upon which you reside is changing, and so you have no choice but to follow suit or be left behind. That is the way of it. It is our deep desire for you to travel upward with Mother Earth. That is the energy behind these transmissions. Step into your brilliance, dear ones. It is time to be a whole living light upon this planet. And so it is. So I was quite taken by that essay and how much it applies really to what is happening right now. And I just want to say, if you feel that you have barriers to really moving into the heart and being able to love yourself and work through those wounds of the past, I am able to help with the freedom release technique. I do all my work online. It's as if we are together. So for me, it's no change to be working that way. And I'm able to get to the core of where limiting patterns and beliefs were created. And almost every client has been a repeat client because they felt the shift in just one session. So please check out my website if you'd like to know more about the freedom release technique. And also the light language now and the channeling are both very powerful ways of working to be able to support you. So I offer that as well. And so there's still a fair bit of time before this video gets too long. So I think I will call in the Council of 12 and for one thing, just ask them how we can stay out of fear in this process of what we're going through and how this is actually benefiting society. I know there's always a benefit to events that happen to us, and it can help us to have that perspective and to be able to see something beyond the fear that so many people are carrying at this time. So I'll just center myself for a second and invite the Council of 12 to come in and just offer guidance on that. And again, the yawning is clearing. And so it is, beloveds. It is our great joy and delight to come before you. And we are delighted to follow this beautiful message that was transcribed by this sacred scribe so many years ago. And yet here it is, still in effect, still appropriate for this time that you are in. For you see, dear ones, there have been many potentials for humanity to grow and awaken at a faster pace than you have. However, those who have held you in the shadows are doing all that they can to hang on to the last vestiges of fear that they can create upon this planet so that they can feed off your energies and keep you back by keeping you in that frequency. And so we say to you, dear ones, that as you witness all that is happening, as you find that you are having to make your life smaller, make it an opportunity to go within and really work with the fears that come up for you. The fears are showing you something. The fears are showing you where you're not walking in love. The fears are showing you what you've tried to avoid all your life that can no longer be avoided, because just as was said in this message, each person must do their own internal work in order to rise up into this ascension. It is not a given. It is not for all who are on the earth at this time. The frequencies are here. And yet you must do your work to meet those frequencies. Otherwise, you're going to keep yourselves held back. So take this time as an opportunity to really look within and really be honest with yourselves about, again, what those fears are. Those fears are showing you your limitations. Those fears are showing you where you have given your autonomy away to an outside force that is never meant to be your truth. Your truth only comes from you. Even as we speak to you, we want you to discern whether these words meet the frequency of your own truth, because what we want in the highest dimensions is for you to be in your autonomy, for you to know yourself so fully that nothing can bring fear to you, because you know you are choosing what you are going to create upon this planet Earth. And all of these events are opportunities for you to get there. For many, they must be struck to their knees before they will be humble enough to say, okay, Spirit, I do not know the way. Show me the way. Divine Presence, lead me to the life that my higher self chooses for me to be living. So many of you feel that you know the way through your own control, but we say to you, beloveds, this control is coming from the mind and not the heart. And so it is the humbling of these experiences that lead people back to their hearts. And it is from the hearts that they find the fulfillment, such as the beautiful stories of people in Italy opening their windows and singing to each other. What a beautiful divine connection that they are wanting somehow for those around them not to feel lonely and alone. And yet in your North American culture, this one has observed from that story how disconnected we are from each other in this North American culture. And so we say to you, beloveds, this is an opportunity for you to come back to your hearts. And we would invite you, when all of this is over, to remember to stay in your heart. That is the way forward. You cannot find your way forward through the mind, through trying to hold on to the economic systems and the political systems that are no longer serving the people. Why would you want to hold on to them? It is only your ignorance that has you wanting to hold on to them. You do not know the corruption of these systems. If you did, you would be glad that they are being challenged in these times. Even your medical systems, they are all corrupted, beloveds. And it is the minds of humans that has, in a sense, contributed to this corruption. When you come back to your hearts, you would not meet the frequency of those corrupt energies, and therefore they would not be able to find ground upon this earth. And so you see in these words how each one of you has a responsibility to the outcomes of what is happening. Again, as the message that was just read stated, every day you are creating this new world that you are living in. And so we invite you, and please share this one aspect of this message with those who have the ears to hear and the heart to listen. It is vitally important that you do everything you can to move out of fear, because the fear is what is the corrupt system was wanting to create in this experience. And so the more you stay out of fear, the more that system is going to crumble, and the faster that system will crumble. And how do you stay out of fear, dear ones? You know that everything is serving in perfection, for indeed it is. And so you say, okay, Spirit, I know this experience is serving me. Show me what I am to gain from this experience. Show me what I am to learn. Help me see the light in this experience, and help me be the light that I am. And then again, beloveds, humble yourselves to hear the answers. You all have the ability to hear the answers. But if you're busy in your mind controlling everything and trying to fix everything instead of just seeing what is and accepting it, that's all there is. You really can only accept it and then see the divinity in it. This is how you step out of fear. It is faith, and the greatest faith is coming back home to yourself and knowing that you can trust yourself. And so just again, as that message said, the more you lie to yourself, the less you can trust yourself. You must become honest with yourself. You must become honest about your life. So many of you have been running away from the truth that you are empty, sad, discouraged. You're running after things that you think are going to fill you up, and they're not. They're just filling a void with more darkness and emptiness. It is by coming back to the heart and being honest with yourself. Be honest about whether you're happy in your life. And if your life has not made you happy the way it is, and you've been living from your mind, which most of you have, then perhaps dropping into the heart will be the peace that changes your experience. And so, beloveds, we trust and hope that these words settle in a place upon your heart where they are able to be received. And Allow them to filter into your awareness, and again use your own discernment as to whether it is your truth. We are delighted to have this opportunity to come before you, and we say to you that with these words comes an energy transmission, that in the intention right now that this one is receiving is for each one who hears these words, that they will be able to come back into their heart center, that they will have the strength and the courage to be honest with themselves and to begin their next step from that place of honesty. And it may bring sadness, dear ones, that's okay. The sadness allows you to release all the dysfunction that has been running rampant upon your planet for far too long. There is a lot to be sad about, but you cannot move through your sadness by running from it or jumping over it. You must be present with it. And so if there is sadness, allow the sadness to be there. But in that sadness, trust and know that there is a gift, and the light is finding its spark back into your heart. The light is finding its way back in through that sadness. And so, beloveds, we love you so much. And we thank you for being the light that you are, for coming back to your center, for being your magnificence, for being uniquely you, for each one of you holds a spark of the divine. And the more you shine that light within you, the brighter the world becomes. And so it is. And so it is. My thanks to the Council of 12 for that message. There is so much here for us today in these two messages. So again, I will finish. Oh yes, and I just want to, before I forget this, I also want to remind you that every Tuesday at 5 o'clock Pacific time, I hold a Pathways to Ascension call, which is a 2-hour online call that you can join. It's very affordable. And I've decided to make this one a channeling question and answer. So you can come with personal questions that you have, and I will channel the answers so that people can have an opportunity, and it's very affordable, much less than having a personal session with me. So it will give you an opportunity to work through things that are really coming up that are challenging for you now. And I know that when we hold these calls, everyone on the call is reflecting something for the other. So we all benefit from coming together in these calls, and there's divine perfection in who comes together to be on these calls. So they are happening every Tuesday, and I'll put the link below, and the link is always on my website if you would like to join that. Okay, and now I will bring through the light language and finish with that. Calling upon the ancient ones to be here. And the light language, I'm seeing it already, is for us to be completely anchored in our center, free of fear, knowing who we are, knowing the perfection and the divinity of who we are. And so I won't speak at the end, I'll just end with the light language and sending you all so much love. Iukla ich kana atwa I kana atwa ich kanai. Utaka ka chi kana atwa I. Uakna I kana atwa e kana. Makahi achka iawa. Halawa a ich kanai otaka atwa I kana. Miktaka atwa e ich kanai oktaka I aklawa ich kana. Maktakahi achna a alawa e ich kanai o iktaka atwa e I kanai o ich kana Hawaii. Umachkahi alawa o e kana takai, itaka ichkana a, maktaki I alawa a, mikaya no takachkana, miakshki I akwa e ila no tik tik achkini, o matlawa I a ina nikayo cho tekawa, uchaka I alawa e I anawa atma e oko. Eoko atakai achakai amalawa e itakai ho icha alawa atnya motakai o ichkana makalawa ai iachakai maktakahi uta echiaka Huta huta mitaya ko ikanawa I alawa I achkani I matata tikala. Matata kikala. So much love.